My name is Jon Charles with the Jon Charles Salon in Wayzata and Uptown, Minneapolis. And today we're going to do probably the most challenging hair color, I call it a technique and a theory in coloring hair, and that's a decent redhead. Most redheads fade after about 3 weeks, and most redheads don't keep their tone. We believe that the only proper way to do a single process redhead is to do 3 colors, one base color, one mid color, and one end color. And how to illustrate that really well is if I was to take Maggie's hair, thank you for being my model today, Maggie. If I was to take Maggie's hair and lift it up, and I was to put one color from scalp to ends. So I took a tint and I put a color from scalp all the way to the ends, and say I used a level 5 red. With a level 5 red, what you would get at the base is what's called hot shaft. So it turned very, very bright, screaming red. The mid shaft of the hair, right through here, would actually be spot on. That'd be exactly the target shade that you chose. The ends, where the hair, as you can see here in this instance, is a little bit more porous, the ends would be darker by a level and a half or 2 levels darker. In the first formula at the base, we're going to do 6-4 with a little bit of 5-3. 5-3 is 1 level darker and gold. The application process with this is I'm doing it's base, mids, and ends. Right now I'm doing the base, and it's really, really important that there are no horizontal lines in hair color. As I pick up each section, I'm not leaving a straight line like that in there. I'm going to zigzag and pull that line up like that. Going through each section, and the slice, the size of the slice I want to take is small enough so the hair color saturates through the hair. The bowl and the brush method is the way we go with. We absolutely do not believe in what I call them ketchup bottles. The people that use bottles to apply color. With a bowl and a brush, you can see how I'm applying it at the base. I'm getting exactly where I want the product to go, and then I'm zigzagging up, and I'm creating a very natural looking application. And now I go immediately back with step 2, and now I'm going to do just the mid shaft of the hair, applying the color, not quite to the ends, leaving the last couple of inches. And I'm going to be really conscious that this hand does not have a lot of color on it, because if I'm pulling the wrong color onto the ends, it's going to affect the color and make that darker and more ash. So now I'm pretty good with my mid shaft application. Then the end formula, you're going to see I'm going to use very little. I'm going to do the application plus mush method, kind of just getting the color on there. And you can pull these colors into each other, kind of melange, move them together. It's not going to mess them up. As far as the developers in the color, you're going to use 20 volume at the base, 30 volume in the mid shaft, and 40 volume on the ends. So 20, 30, 40, and the base color we used 4.3, 6.4. The mid shaft we used 6.4, and on the ends we used 7.44. That's it. That's the trick.